Hi students, today we are going to discuss about types of functions. If you want to know more about functions, you can check a video in my playlist for 11th standard. Today we will be discussing mainly three types of function. One is one, otherwise it is called injective. The other one is onto, which is called surjective. And at the end, we will study both one and onto function, which is called a bijective function. Let us see what is one function or an injective function. If f is a function from a set x to set y, it is called injective if images of distinct elements in x are distinct. We'll see some examples. Here we have two sets x and y, x with 3 elements 1, 2, 3 and y with 4 elements, and see how the mapping goes. For distinct elements, the images are distinct. That means 1 has an image 4, 2 has an image 5 and 3 has an image 6. No element in second set is an image of two elements from first set. So this is a one function. Let us see another example. Here the element 4 in second set is mapped from two different elements in first set. That means here the distinct elements like 1 and 2 are having same image. So in this case, it is not a one function. So such functions are called many-one function. So here many elements are mapped to a single element. So it is called many-one function. And here one element is mapped to one image. And distinct elements are mapped to distinct images. So this is a one function and this is not a one function. Here we have another definition, which is a working definition to prove a function is one. That's like this. If we have x1 and x2 as two elements in the first set x, then if f of x1 is equal to f of x2, if that implies x1 equal to x2, then it is a one function. Let me explain this. We can think of that definition like this. So we have two elements in first set and they are mapped to the second set, and as per function definition, when we put x1, we'll get f of x1 here in the second set, and if we put x2, we'll get f of x2 in the second set. So as per this definition, if f of x1 equal to f of x2 implies x1 equal to x2. What does that mean actually? If f of x1 is equal to f of x2, we can say that there are no two elements there, there is only a single element, that is f of x1. So the mapping will be like this. From x1 to f of x1 and from x2 to f of x1. Because there is only a single element as f of x1 is equal to f of x2. So if this implies x1 equal to x2. Now we can see there are two elements here in the first set, x1 and x2. If both are equal, both are same, then it is one. That means here there are no two different elements. There is only a single element. So it will come like this. x1 is equal to x2 here. So I can write just x1 there. And it will be like f of x1 as an image of x1. So this is what this definition means. That means if f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 equal to x2. When both are same, that implies there is only a single element which is mapped from the domain. So this is the definition for one function. And if it does not imply x1 equal to x2, it will be like this. If f of x1 equal to f of x2 does not imply x1 equal to x2, it will be like this. So it is still a many-one function. It's not a one function. If it implies x1 equal to x2, it will be like this. And this is the definition for one function. And we will use this to solve many questions. Like in some questions, they will ask to check whether it is one or not. If we get a single instance like a single element in second set, which is mapped from two elements in first set, we can say upfront that it is not one. But to prove it is one, we'll have to use this theoretical method. I'll show you how we are going to use this theoretical method to prove that a function is 1, 1. This function is from the set of real numbers to set of real numbers. So when we prove such questions, we should be clear about what is the domain and codomain of this function. So this is the domain and codomain, both are real numbers, and this is the function definition, f of x equal to x2. So what is f of x1 equal to f of x2? That is 2x1 equal to 2x2. Does it imply x1 equal to x2? Sure, we can just strike out this 2 because it's common factor, and now it is x1 equal to x2. So here f of x1 equal to f of x2 implied that x1 equal to x2, and this is a 1, 1 function. And it is not just an automatic thing, like in every function we just write it, cut the common factor and just say that it is like f of x1 equal to f of x2 implies x1 equal to x2. It is not the case. Let us discuss another example. Here the domain and range both are same. The domain and range are real numbers, and this is the function definition, f of x equal to x square. So what is f of x1 and f of x2? I can write like x1 square equal to x2 square. So here I have written f of x1 equal to f of x2. And what does that imply? x1 square equal to x2 square. Will it imply that x1 equal to x2? No, because the square can be a positive and negative number. A positive and negative of a real number can have the same square number. So it is not x1 equal to x2, but rather x1 equal to plus or minus x2. So it does not imply that x1 equal to x2. So it is not a 1, 1 function. This is how we prove whether a function is 1, 1 or not using this theoretical method. Now let us discuss what is onto or surjective function. If this function is from set x to set y, this is the definition. If every element of y or the second set is an image of some element of x, then it is told as an onto function. Here every element of y or every element of second set must be part of the function, must be an image. Or in other words, the codomain of this function must be the range of this function. We'll see some examples. See this example. Here there are just two elements in the second set, 4 and 5. And these two elements are part of this function. Like they are the images of the elements in the domain. So there is no element left out. Or here the codomain is the range. So this is an onto function. See this example. Here the element 6 is not part of the function. So this is left out. And here the codomain will be 4, 5, 6 and the range is just 4, 5. So since 6 is left out, this is not an onto function. This is a working definition for onto functions, right? So for every element y in the second set, there exists an element x in first set such that f of x equal to y, then it is an onto function. So this theory we use for proving whether a function is onto or not when the function definition is given. Let's see one example. So this function is from real numbers to real numbers, and this is a definition, f of x equal to 2x. We are going to check if it is onto or not. So we write this f of x as y is equal to 2x. And what is x? We are going to take the value of x from here in terms of y, and we are going to put it in the f of x. So that is as per the definition. So what is x? X is y by 2. So this is the value of x in terms of y. And we are going to put f of x equal to 2x. So we'll put y by 2 in place of x in the function definition. So that is equal to y. So here f of x we got as y. When we replaced x in terms of y from the function definition, we got f of x equal to y. That means it is an onto function. Here also it is not just an automatic thing, like we write a function definition, we write x in terms of y, we just put it in the function and get y. It won't happen automatically, so that it is always true for all the functions. It's not like that. We'll discuss with one more example. Here we have f of x equal to x square. So the function here is from real numbers to real numbers. Okay, the domain and codomain are real numbers. So what is y? Y is equal to x square. And what is x? X is equal to root of y, or plus or minus root of y. Okay. So do you think that if we put this x in the function definition, we'll get y? Many may think that, but see, this y is from the second set of this function. So y can be any real number. Just see, y can be any real number. Y can be a negative number also. If y is a negative number, this x will not be a real number. If y is a negative number, since it is inside the square root, if y is a negative number, x will be an imaginary number. So we cannot replace this x here because x will be an imaginary number. So since we get this result, we cannot prove that f of x equal to y. So in this case, it is not an onto function. And another type of function is bijective function. That is nothing but a 1, 1 and onto function. If a function is 1, 1 and onto at the same time, it is taught as a bijective function. We'll see some examples. See this function. This mapping is from x to y, which is 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. And see, it is 1, 1. Every distinct element is having a distinct image in the second set. And there is no element in second set left out. So it is both 1, 1 and onto. So it is a bijective function. So just see one thing. If a function is bijective, both the sets will have same number of elements. That is one condition. Both the sets must have same number of elements. If here the number of elements is less than the first set, then it cannot be a 1, 1. Or if the number of elements is more in second set than the first set, it will not be onto. So a necessary condition for a function to be bijective is that both the sets must have same number of elements. So how will we prove that a function is bijective or not? We have to look for both the conditions separately. Like we have to check if it is 1, 1 and onto separately. And if it satisfies both the conditions, it is bijective. And if it does not satisfy at least one condition, at least if it is not 1, 1 or not onto, it is not bijective. In that way, we can prove whether that function is a bijective function or not. So this was an introduction to types of functions. Thank you students for watching.